What's up, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video on the Brace Place YouTube channel. It's been a while since I uploaded, so I figured I better get on that grind and get some videos out for you guys. So first of all, this is going to be the update video that just came out last Saturday. This update is crazy, and I need to make a video to show you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So one of the first things, as you can see, is there is now cloudy skies with fog, which is incredible because we can now put those fog lights that you saw a couple days ago that I went over to use. And one thing to add to about the new sky and clouds feature is the fact that you can change for private server owners whether you want it to be sunny, cloudy, or foggy. So that is very nice for private server owners. I'll definitely be using that a lot for RPs. And also on top of that, you can now freeze the time and unfreeze the time. So it's really helpful for me to make my thumbnails for you guys so I can have the same time. So I'll be showcasing that throughout this video. This time will be the time will be freezed in this video. Let's head on into the dealership and check out some of the new vehicles. Alright, so here is our vehicle list for this update. We got a lot of good cars in this update. I'm especially happy to get this older Lexus here. I'm such a fan of that. And we have the Supra. And honestly, getting a limo that's actually affordable. I mean, come on, we kind of need that. Yeah. And we also have the town car, which is nice. And we do have that R35. I mean, we can't go wrong with that. And the Porsche. I was going to get that. And this truck actually has a beater trim, which is incredible. And we do have an update on the Prius as well as the 2007 Camry, which is incredible. And I love that Infiniti. It goes so fast. And we finally have the smart car. Now, the smart car comes in Little Tots trim or Little Tikes IRL. We do have a couple BMWs, and these ones did have limited trims, which were only available for the first 2 days. So if you didn't see that, if you didn't get them by the time this video was made, you can't get them. So I will be showing one of them off in the video, so stay tuned. Here are the trucks, and we finally do have a GMCC Area. A GMCC Era. It's an older edition, but it's still really nice. And as you can see, we do have the newer smart car as well. And this is actually comes in an electric version, which I actually kind of want. I saw one of these last night in the exact same color, like this kind of yellow. And Honda Genesis, and we actually have a Fiat in the game. I don't think we have a Fiat in the game. It's kind of nice to see. We have the Traverse, which finally need to be done. I was talking about that in my videos. Like, we got to get a new Traverse. And the Toyota Sienna came back from GV3. That was my favorite van. I used to drive that all the time as a daily driver, so I'm really excited to see it. We got the new BMW convertibles. I have the Toyota Highlander, which I also wanted in my mid-size SUV video, so I was really excited to see that as well. We have our little Audis here. These come with roof racks too, so with some trims, so they kind of add a little bit of fun to that. We have our Toyota Corolla hatchback. This is the Ivy trim that's pictured here. New Traverse as well. We got the Raptor, which has a lot of hype recently, as well as the new Escalade, which has also been really hyped up and is really nice. We have the Escalade V2, as well as the Lucid Air, like kind of a sporty blacked out trim, which looks really good on the vehicle. I honestly really like it. And then we have the Mercedes convertibles. I honestly love these. We do have the concept Maybach trim. The GR Corolla is also here in its glory. I love the Corolla. I love when Doug DeMuro did the video on the Marizo edition. It looked so good. I honestly love it. And here we have the refreshed RAV4 too with the new lights on it. It looks so good. I upgraded my Prime, which you'll see in a few minutes. And we actually got a Western Motors car. So this is kind of cool. So we haven't had a Western Motors car update in a long time. So let's hop in and check out some of the vehicles I got. Alright, this is the RAV4 Prime for 2023. As you can see, this is like the new headlight design, which looks a lot more sleek and aggressive on the vehicle. If you looked a couple videos back, actually one of my most popular videos, the top 5 most compact sedans in Greenville, I had the older version, so I kind of upgraded a little bit. And I got this new blue color, which is only available in the 2023. So you know you're driving the 2023 with the blue, so I kind of had to cop that, you know. And it looks really good, this blue. I really like it. I love it on the car, and it looks so aggressive. We'll hop in. Here's your startup. And this is also the dynamic gauges, which are new in this update. And you turn the vehicle on, the little car goes onto the screen, which is so glamorous, kind of like a Tesla almost. And when you turn it off, the vehicle will go off screen, like drive off the screen as well, which is really cool. So this is basically your fuel levels, and then like your RPMs and like torque and all that. And you can do different things with this setup. You can change the way it looks several different ways, like this. You can have it back to normal. You can bring it down to the bottom so it's smaller. And you can have a map too, which is very helpful. And you can also have a compass with the time down there if you want. And then you can just have your car, which actually the tires will show. If you have like a flat tire, it'll go red. And it'll show you like other cars beside you and everything. And your signals actually go like out on the side too, which I find a lot more realistic. Here's the startup on the RAV4. This is a hybrid, so it's going to be quite quiet when you start it, which is very nice. Here are your rear signals for the RAV4, as well as your front, which are very slim and trim compared to last generation. They were a lot bigger. And here are your front lights with your high beams, which they have kind of like this cool pattern there, as well as your back running lights. And this car's not come equipped with fog lights. Alright, so we're heading out on top speed on the RAV4. We're going to hit 125 with the top speed on the vehicle. Here's your braking test. It is super good on the RAV4. Honestly, it's so good. There's so many Toyotas in this update, you'll see a lot of them that I got. Alright, so we have my Mercedes. I was talking about this when I was showing off all the cars that I really was wanting this to come, and this is my spec. It is in white, which I thought looked so good on the car with the white interior and the yellow brake calipers. It looks so good. And it's such a sleek design, the way they did this redesign on it. I love it so much. And the interior, it almost has like that, the steering wheel, all the white looks so fresh, and it almost looks like it has Alcantara down on the bottom. I love it. Just the attention to detail they did is so good. Pretty much even like the warning label on the seats over here it's crazy. You can even read it and everything. And the seats are all like embroidered too with the Mercedes logo. Strugard, it says. It's crazy. And one thing that they added with Mercedes is you can actually, it's almost like they made it, like it shows like the signature of who made it in the factory is what that kind of means there. That's really cool to see. And one thing new, if you hop in, is when you start this car up, is the fact that it has ambient lighting, which you're like, brace place. It already has ambient lighting. Cars already have it. Well, you can actually change the colors. You press G, you can change the color. I like blue the best. I think it looks really good in this car. I think it just suits the mood. I mean, white is nice too, but I think it suits the mood. And you're gonna get your signals on the inside with this car too, so that's another good feature. Kind of make it more in realistic. It's a great package. Here is your startup. Here are your signals for the back, as well as the front. Your real taillights, which come on in such a cool pattern, they all like just come on one by one. Front high beams for the front. This car's not coming equipped with fog lights, and your running lights in the back. And here is your horn. We'll get going on our top speed run. You can see that spoiler has an active arrow, which looks so good on this vehicle. I love like the dynamics of how it goes up and down. They do such a good job of it. It's just, I find it so satisfying, honestly. And I wish the Plaid Plus for the Tesla Model S was a real trim, because I love the dynamic arrow. Here is top speed at 184, and here's your braking test on the Mercedes. Very nice, and I love how that spoiler goes down at the back too when you stop. It's so cool. Alright, so next on my list that I bought is this beautiful Cadillac Escalade ESV. Now, I love the Escalade. I love the Suburban. This is like a mix in between. Like, you can't go wrong with it. I just love this big, bulky SUV. They're so beautiful. You see them all the time in New York, and I don't know. They're just something so classy about them. But that's been since the beginning. And this one has the roof rack, too, and I love roof racks. Do any of you guys feel like you have, like, a fetish for roof racks? Like, I'm not sure what it is, but, like, I just love them, you know? They just look so good on cars. Here's your startup. You have a spare too. Here are your rear signals, as well as your front headlights on this vehicle. They are very slim and trim, as you can see, as well as your rear running lights. And there's your high beams. They even come on the side there, the little reflectors, and your horn. Also, for the Escalade, we're almost reaching our top speed of 130 on the dot. And here's your braking on the Escalade. Pretty good. You can see that front end going down, the back going up, trying to stop all that heavy weight. Alright, so I figured we'd go for a little bit of a drive and check out how this hybrid system works. So as you can see, we're running on pure electric right now by the sound, and so what happens when you go over 70, the gas engine turns on, as you can hear now, which is actually really cool how they kind of incorporated it to actually work. It's really incredible, and I'm really excited to see this. It's a really neat feature, and it's going to really work well for a lot of role plays. Although I do wish that it was kicked on at an earlier speed, but still, nevertheless, that we have it in the game is amazing, and I would take it any day. It is just such a cool feature. I think it's probably one of the top ones to update for me, being able to utilize that hybrid feature and put it to the test. I mean, save that gas money, you know? Gas is expensive nowadays. Alright, next vehicle I went and purchased is the Raptor. I mean, y'all, I kind of had to cop this. Every single time I go into a public server nowadays, somebody's driving this, and you can't go wrong with the amount of detail. Like, it's crazy on this thing. And it's not that everybody's driving it that I wanted it. It's just because of the fact that I've always liked the Raptor. It's such a cool truck. And it's just... I can't with it. It's just the suspension. I always go for, like, off-road tests. It's so fun. And I love orange, so this fits perfectly. Here's your startup, and this thing sounds like an absolute beast. I honestly just can't with it. And the idle, too. Like, just listen to it. Isn't that incredible? And we even have the running lights on the front here that come on. There are your hazards for the front as well as the back of the vehicle. And here are your front headlights as well as your rear tail lights and your high beams. As well, this vehicle does come with fog lights down below, as you can see in full force. It looks so good. And here's your horn. Alright, so the top speed on with the Raptor. Let's see what we can push this thing to. 164, very good. And this thing accelerates really fastly, and the braking is pretty good on this. I mean, it is a little bit longer, but you're slowing down a really heavy truck, so I mean, it's doing a pretty good job, you know. Alright, so taking a look at one of my most favorite refreshes recently, which is the new Traverse. I love the fun on this. It looks so aggressive, and I love this red line trim with the red accents. Got it all blacked out. It looks so nice, especially with the crossbars up top. This car looks so nice, and looks like it's ready to hit the off-road slopes. I mean, not that it's going to be doing off-road, but here's your startup. Here are your signals. Very slim and trim. They look very, very modern. I really like them. As well as your running lights for the back, as well as the front, and your high beams. And your horn. So the Traverse is certainly not the fastest, but it is certainly very enjoyable to drive at a top speed of 131, and the braking on this is pretty good. You can't really complain about that. Alright, so the Corolla Hatch is one of my favorite all-time vehicles, so I was so excited when they added it. I wanted them to add it for so long. I'm pretty sure I suggested it in the Discord. And this two-tone with the silver and the black. I've always liked the two-tone with the silver and the black. And this is the Ivy edition, so you get your crossbars and your little cargo basket up there. So you can put all your stuff in. I love it so much. I actually bought a GR version, GR Corolla version too. So that sounds really nice as well. But I figured I'd show off this one because it just looks so special. And I really just love this color combination. And I really do like that splitter too. It's so aggressive. Hop in the Corolla Hatch. Here's your startup. Sounds pretty good. Here's your signals for the front of the vehicle, as well as the side and the rear. Front headlights and your high beams, as well as your rear running lights, and your fog lights are equipped on this vehicle down below. Here is your horn. Alright, so the Corolla is pretty peppy with a top speed of 121. I mean, that's not very high, but for the speed it gets up is pretty good. And the braking's really good on it. It doesn't take it long to stop. Alright, so last car we're going to check out today is the Toyota Highlander. Now, this is the new generation. This is the XSE version. And I absolutely love the look of this. The deep blue on this, it looks so sharp. And you do have the crossbars on this too, which I think makes it look so realistic and so cool. And I just love the look of this. And I was actually talking about in one of my last comparisons for the best mid-size SUV, I was talking about this. Here's your startup. Rear hazards, as well as the front. I really do like the look of them on this car. They look very nice, very sharp. There's that beautiful DRL with the headlights and high beams and running lights on the back. This vehicle does come with a fog lights down below here, as well as your horn. Alright, so the Highlander is pretty peppy with a top speed of 123. Not in the speed, but in the way it accelerates, and the braking is really good too. Alright guys, so I just want to touch on the limiteds and this special car here. It's like a little Tikes trim, aka in Greenville mini tots, and it looks like one of those little Tikes cars that you had when you were a kid. Drop a comment down below if you had one of these. I had one of these, so I'm really excited to see if you had one of these. Anyway, let's move on to limited. I just thought I needed to add this to let everybody know that this is available. Alright, so there is a limited smart car, and this is the one here. It's not like too crazy looking, although we do start to get more stuff on the fender here on the back, and looks like there's maybe like a nitro tank or something in the back, and the exhaust coming out the back there doesn't look too factory to me. There's definitely something going on here, and the acceleration is very big, and we actually have a mum license plate. Oh, wow, that was randomly generated. Trust me, I did not do that. And I love how it's on the side too for this one. It's kind of funny. I love how nice it's on the sides like that. Here's the startup. It's pretty beefy. Honestly, sounds so funny, but so ridiculous at the same time. Now, I did not purchase all limited, so I figured I'd show you the two that I got. And this is the BMW Beater, and look at this exhaust. The dents, this side is not that bad, except for the spare that's on it. But this side has the majority, as well with the big dent in the door. And here is your startup. So we have red DRLs in the front, which is the first car in game to have that. And look at the pops when I rev this thing. Look at the pops. Isn't that crazy? Alright, so this is something we've been waiting for a long time in Greenville. This is license plates with different kinds, different vanity types. So cool to see this. I've been wanting it for so long. It's such a huge deal for me. Because I've been wanting the different New York plate, like the yellow and blue. So I'm going to show you how that demonstrates. So if we click on New York, we can see we have all these different ones, and a lot of them have different, whole tons of ones. Texas has, like, you can scroll down all the different ones. But this is my favorite one here. Tons of other cool ones too, including this one in Tennessee with Dolly Parton. This is one I'll do the little reference on. So now you can choose to have license plate either just on the rear or the front and the rear, which is actually really nice, and I know a lot of people will benefit from that because it looks really nice to have no license plate on the front. I mean, I like to have it, especially when it's custom, but if you're somebody that doesn't really want that, then just maybe something that you like. So yeah, that's a little bit overview of the plates. Let's move on to the next part of the update. Alright, so as you can see, this looks like an ordinary, this looks like Hunties, but Hunties actually got a huge upgrade this update, which I'm super excited to show you. So let's hop in and check it out. So when you come in, kind of the tokens are here now, which is really kind of nice when you first plug in, and this has this whole new vibe. I love the way it's laid out. It makes so much more sense to have this kind of more separate arcade area over here. It just looks so much more better to have it kind of more separate. It looks a lot more realistic in my opinion. As well as we have party rooms. They're a little bit smaller, but I find it's a better use of this space, and I really do quite like them. We have two party rooms, plus our little, almost like Five Nights at Freddy's kind of control room is over here. It's kind of cool. The pizza pickup area is kind of there now, as well as the show area kind of to the back instead of being on the side. And you can actually go in here now, as it blocked off for so long. And your exit area, as well as your kitchen here. And your little front area here where you can purchase all your food, which is very nice to have. And yeah, that's a wrap on Hunties. I really think this gave it a really huge quality of life change. Let's go check out Gary's. Alright, so pulling up, it looks the same, but the name has changed on the sign and on the building to Gary's Collision and Restoration. Now, the big changes are when we get inside. The door looks a little bit different, as you can tell, and when we get inside, it is a wow factor. Look at this interior. It is such a huge difference over the last one. It is crazy, and I like Papa Auto Parts. I mean, come on, you can't go wrong with that. And these are actual real car magazines. Blubber and a couple other YouTubers mentioned that in their videos. It's super cool to see them implementing that. And I do agree. I think it was Blubber had said that it'd be cool to have like Greenville cars on it, and I would absolutely agree. That'd be so cool. Here is your bathroom, and we'll head out to the back shop and check it out. Alright, so when you first come out, this is huge in here, and we do have a paint shop. You can actually drive your vehicle in here and get it painted, which is a huge deal. And we do have an access from the side now, which is really nice to be able to access it from the side. We do have boxes up top like Tires Plus has. And here's our little like kind of employees area. That door, you cannot go out. This is the lunchroom here. A couple pictures of classic cars in Greenville. We have an office here and another office over here. They have a conjoining door, but it does not, they don't conjoin that you can't go through the door. And there is a door that leads back out into the main area with an entrance on the back now too, which is really nice. Just some more quality of life changes in here. It's really nice what they've done. And there's actually a little secret room back here if we go into free cam on my blue Paraphone 13. We can check out the secret room. It basically just says keep out, which is really cool to see. So we'll head in now, and here is basically what it looks like. You just kind of go through this door and it says get out. So actually Bubba shared this on his secrets video, so I thought because I was a little bit late making this, I figured I'd show you guys if any of you haven't seen it yet. Right, so we are now getting to the totally redone GVPS area. And we have all these prop buildings that people like would work out of, factory almost buildings kind of looking. They look very nice, and then give the area such a lively look. Look like they've been there for so long. And the railroad track has also been like redone in this area where you go over the road. We also have like almost kind of like an old historical building, which has been there for so long, and we have another gas station as well with real working pumps. It would be nice to have an interior, but we don't have an interior yet. It's just a prop building for now. We have this kind of like silos. I'm not sure what else you would put in that. Some sort of fluids, or I don't know exactly what. Comment down below if you know what goes in those. I just know they look really nice as a prop. As like a prop, you know. I almost said frop. I'm not sure what a frop is, you know. And in here we have another little like area. This is like where I guess in like big tractor trailers or like buses would fuel up. But that pump does work, which is very nice for quality of life in the game. And we do have a junkyard now. Rustic has a junkyard. I'm so excited to have a junkyard. I've been wanting it for so long. I didn't add to it in future updates, but I know I did like quite a few suggestions. It's just such a cool thing. And there's so many different things. We got an old windmill. We got so many old cars. A little tornado siren over there. A play structure I laughed when I saw that, honestly. Gas pump. And so many old cars. We have like an admin car here. And we do have a Chevy Bolt. Now this is actually still smoking. I saw that in Blubber's video, which I did not notice when I first came in, but I wonder if this is like, since this is like the newest car in the lot, I wonder if that's a thing to like the Chevy. It's catching on fire. That's like a little jab at GM being like, oh yeah, but the Chevy Bolt recall where they were all going on fire, you know? And this is the other entrance. It kind of just connects to this new side road, which was redone and looks so nice. I honestly found myself, since the update, just driving down up and up this road, and honestly I lose track of my speed, and I'm going the top speed of my car because it's so nice to have like a straight flat road. And look at this quality of life changes. Look at all of this water, and we have a little culvert underneath the road. It's just crazy. We have a little culvert there as well. It's just so nice what they're doing with this area, as well as a new subdivision over here, this little area as well. It's okay on the other side of the train tracks. I've already like pretty much came and went into this house here and basically just called it home. I just love the location. It's really nice, and especially with the fall map changes, it just brings it alive and it makes you feel in the fall spirit, and I honestly just love that. And if you do follow the redid road down sooner, there is a little bridge there as well, and the culvert does continue down the whole road, so it's nice that they didn't just stop it. It's nice that they added it the whole way. Alright, so that's gonna do it for the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoy making content for you guys all the time. I know it's been a while since I've made any content, but I've been really busy recently and I have not been on the grind, so I'm gonna try and get back on the grind for you guys, bring out more videos, at least for one a week for sure. Try and get that content out for you guys. I know you guys love my content, and I appreciate you guys so much for subscribing. And don't forget, sure, if you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. And without further ado, it's been Bray's Place, and peace out.